like that's what we were supposed to be talking about.
No,
I was gonna
look,
say,
I love talking about
we're,
sweetmeats.
we're over an hour in and haven't actually discussed the movies you came to promote.
No, 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 no. But this is it was a not on purpose segue. It is just to say how they enrich the just the presentation of these tropey characters, which when people think that Sweetmeats is weird, I'm just like, oh, based on the stuff I've been watching, this is just an amalgamation of characters that my dad has shown me through Burt Reynolds movies and like Southploitation and blah blah blah. And so with Casually Cool, I'm just like, okay, we're gonna do this very sincere two-part episode of like a Rockford Files Magnum PI murder she wrote, but it's all just low stakes in the way of the way we can do it is where we live, which we don't live in Hawaii or San Francisco. We live in northern Kentucky, Cincinnati. So we're going to use that river splitting these two areas in half. And what does that mean as a character as part of our low written version of those things? So, like, having done a table read with Timmy and Eileen now, they 100% confirmed we're just like, yeah, they're going to bring that richness that they bring to those characters because they care about, like, okay, where were they in the episode before this? Where were they, where are they going in the storyline? Like, what has been, like,
Let me, Ricky,
yeah,
let's back up just a second because a lot of people are like, we went right into Casually Cool. Let me, if you don't mind, let me paint the picture for y'all real quick. Okay. Casually Cool is a movie, a murder mystery PI movie. And what you're watching is like episode 3 of season 3 of this 80s detective TV show. Almost as if you put in a VHS tape and someone taped it. But it's a movie, right? So that's the concept there. And the detective has impeccable hearing. And he's trying to solve whatever murder is set up at the top of the show. Ricky.
no, I mean, that's,
and we're supposed to we have an image to unveil.
oh, yes.
That
This is by Timmy. I don't think Timmy knows this. Because I knew we were having this, I'm letting them have the courtesy
Nice.
of being the first people to show off the poster that you designed. Can I make one note though while we're looking at this? And I wish I would have said this to Timmy earlier, is I think there should have been way more penises.
Oh, you wanted more penises on the poster?
Yeah.
Well, they're
Uh,
putting it in post. I can quickly fix that.
Yeah. Just like
are there any penises in it now? Because I don't recall seeing penises. I remember
oh,
seeing.
you
I'm
don't
not
see
seeing
them.
penis.
Oh, this is a
I-
bigger Timmy. This is a
I
bigger
saw-
problem than we thought we initially had. Then, if they're not seeing any that are there, because I assume they were seeing at least 20 just dongs aplenty.
Are we looking at the same image? I saw a mermaid.
Oh no! Oh, Timmy, what are you sending these people?
Ricky is so full of shit. He's so full.
I think I'm in the wrong place too.
No,
Is
sorry.
is this
I'm
a porn
bidding.
version of this?
No.
No, it's
No,
it's a private message that Ricky and I have been sending back and forth.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right.
no. This is the artwork is not only indicative of that kind of 70s. If you look at hard times like Charles Bronson, James Colburn, with those posters, even 70s like James Bond, where you get a little bit of iconography pieces from the movie in this like R.I.P. Drew Struzan, like Easter egg laid way of these little pieces of just this also incredible like pop art. Timmy took a lot of things from the movie and was just like, okay, I know we've been trying to work on incorporating these different things and an image and a poster and a style, but what if it's this? And it's not going for like, okay, what you're going to see is a one-to-one. Like, it's not going to look like an episode of Rockford Files. It's going to look like this thing that we make it look like. So even if it is this thing that you popped in your VHS and you watched, it's the two-part episode with cut commercials, the previously on, and the like coming up next week is the mid-season finale Christmas special. It's not going to look like you are watching that on TV Land or Nick at Night, but it'll look like our thing. And what we want to kind of make people feel nostalgic about is no matter if you like the tone of comedy that we're doing or not, you're going to get a murder mystery like no matter when you watch those shows. If you were coming home after school and you popped one on, or if you watched them when they were live, like you're going to get a mystery from beginning to end. We're going to hit all of those tent poles as you're going through.
I thought the poster itself was a mystery because I'm looking at this thing and I'm like,
And that's part of it.
and I'm like, it looks like there's a ninja on a scooter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. And then actually, my first, because you're talking about old posters, and maybe this isn't. I need to look at the poster again. But the very first thing I thought of when I saw it,
Yeah.
was Cannonball Run
Oh,
meets Corvette
yeah.
Summer.
Amazing.
And I thought those two things together because you also have the vans. And this is a different thing, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, it kind of feels a little bit like this, a little bit like that, and then I start looking closer, and I see I thought it was a mermaid tail. Maybe it's not a mermaid tail. Okay,
It's not
so
a dick.
yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, so I was intrigued by. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of interesting things going on, and then you've got the thing about how he hears everything, but doesn't listen to anything or something like that.
Yeah, he
Understands very little.
Understands
right.
very little. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the
So-
taglines. I wrote another one. It says, when the city talks, he's listening to everything else.
No. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Did you see the new ones I did today, Ricky?
No, I'm
Princess
actually
parties. I
sending
did the princess parties.
Eileen.
No idea what's happening.
I'm sitting. So here's the other thing is a big complaint of Eric Hunter, who is co-writer and producer and wearer of many hats, is everybody is. Eileen and Timmy are not merely actors. They are writers. They are costumers. They are magicians. Everybody is a magician. Eric Hunter is like, you need to check your text threads. He's like, I cannot figure out like who is on what, like what we're talking about, what is the response you need, what are the notes you need, like who is this, like a random number will just appear on a text thread and I'll just be like, Ricky sending us this.
I'm an Android user, so every
Yes,
time
yes.
somebody hits like reaction or love or whatever, it says loved and then
Yes.
repeats the entire
Amy-
thing. Yep,
Amy
yep.
Hasselbrock,
Oh.
executive producer, is also an Android user, and the same thing occurs. So I apologize, Eileen, if I've not sent you any of the evolving.
None.
Oh, let me send you one right now.
I just did. I
Okay.
just sent it to her.
I texted him because I was like,
So-
what the fuck are you guys talking about? I was like,
Yeah.
he said mermaid, but he didn't say cat and can of chili. Is
Oh
there a
no!
difference?
No, I saw the cat on top of the hood,
Yep.
and the cat, the chili in the background. So I saw all that, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So Eileen,
I love
during the table read, Timmy made, you remember during Sweetmeats, Timmy made a series of posters and promotional artwork that I think are fantastic. That if Troma was smart, they have all these things to use for whenever they release whatever they release. They could release a a Laddie, a Jerry, and a Bobby version based off these photos that Timmy took and made these posters while on
turn
set.
me into a Funko Pop. Oh, please.
Oh my gosh. You say that now, you know that we're going to end up at a convention someday and someone's going to be like, here's your Laddie, but it's like not Dolly yet. Like, here's whatever within like the context of your hair story and Sweetmeats. Yeah. Here's your Funko Pop.
I don't know if I told you, but somebody who came to the Sweetmeats premiere brought me my own headshot from my website.
Wow.
To sign, and
wow.
they like printed it out.
I don't know.
Paper.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, and I was like, the only reason I was okay with it is because I like knew them from other things, but I was still like, oh, is this how it feels? Because I don't know if I want to be moderately famous.
It would be worse if it was like some random photo of you on the street somewhere that they took from their car.
This was you at the dentist 2 weeks
Exactly.
ago.
Right.
Here you are in the shower from across the hall.
That's right.
So okay, so tell so there's two movies, right? So that's one. What's the other one all about?
Well, I do want to mention that in Casually Cool,
Oh yeah,
Timmy and I are a couple. We aren't related.
That's
right.
Important differences.
Yeah, I got last time I thought they should be together this time.
And Truly Trudy is a delicious musical homage to the 1980s and 90s coming of age rom-com stories like Pretty in Pink. Yeah. And the basic premise is Trudy, who I play, is the only surviving member of a cult because my juice was not spiked with anything. And so I continue to live my life
burn
in the world, and I'm in high school when I find out that I'm actually 40.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yep.
You all have vivid imaginations. I applaud you.
Again, I just said this on a recent podcast. It was brought up, we were talking about Sweetmeats, and the host was just like, I think you underplay how weird this movie is. And I'm just like, what do you mean? I was just like, it's like this is what I grew up on. It's just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You get it, right? And he's just like, yeah, I get it. He's like, but like this movie's just not like, this movie's weird. And I was just like, oh, I was like, okay. So like when we talk about like Truly Trudy, it just feels like it makes sense based on our perceptions of kind of like media, pop culture, a little bit of current, like even Casually Cool. When Eric Hunter and I had been talking about it with Eileen and Timmy as well, we were just talking like, well, what is this about? Like, what does this mean? And so we're like, okay, well, there is this going on. That's a little bit of comment on what's going on currently, but it's not the whole message, because at the end of the day, like Casually Cool, it's still a murder mystery that has these really fun, overly developed, eccentric characters in these moments, in like a full-blown musical number, like out of an episode of Glee. The movie just breaks off into and just is like, yeah, all right, yeah, I guess for 3 minutes you're gonna do your beauty school dropout Xanadu moment. And it's just like, man, if this was a show competing with Rockford Files in the 80s, I would maybe pick this show just for the variety show element of just like, what else are they gonna do? There's no way they could sustain doing this week after week with the soundtrack. Here's another exclusive we haven't dropped yet. Morgan Foster, of the band Foster, He was part of Common Shiners. If there's a music video that you've ever seen that is of a high school where a bunch of kids are dressed up as famous movie killers like Candyman, Freddy Krueger, Jason, and then they go through a love story in the music video, and then the Carrie ending happens. That's the girl. And Jason is the main lead guy, and Freddy is his like bro that wears like a little fedora. He is the singer of that song. He is going to be doing a song for Casually Cool. He's actually going to be doing the song Casually Cool that ends the episode. Morgan Foster, check him out. Common Shiners, fantastic performer. All that put together, all these just interesting artists coming together for that, for Truly Trudy. Our take on, just every coming of age, like High School the Musical or Pretty in Pink, John Hughes movie. Yeah.
I am very interested. I've seen that music video you're talking about. That was a fun music video. This sounds wild. Why? How did you guys decide to combine the crowdfunding? What was the thought process there?
It literally was Eric Hunter and I. He had texted me one night. He's like, "What about a story? What about a rom-com where the inciting incident is she's the only surviving member of a religious death cult, and then she is thrusted into her senior year of high school." And I was like, "Yep," and it's just Pretty in Pink, but like, and then some, and like we just use that as the template, and we just do it as saccharine, as like earnest as pie. These are the trials and tribulations, and like when something happens, almost in like a Wet Hot American Summer way. So we get to a point where it's like, oh man, her character is really good at making other people's dreams come true in almost some like superpower way. Why can she do this for these other kids? Well, then it's revealed she's 40 years old. She just can get shit done. Like, she just was part of a cult. Well, like, and Timmy and Eileen, like, we in this crowdfunding, like, we're gonna start. We have to break $10,000. We're currently like close to 9,000 until we reveal the Truly Trudy perks, because Casually Cool is happening. We're filming it in December. Everybody has shooting schedules. Everybody is awaiting more specific emails of like, what are your sizes and measurements, or things like this and that or whatever. Because
I gotta say with that too, there's more people on the crew that have been brought in for this as well, which is super exciting. Like with Sweetmeats and the one that they did before, All Your Friends Are Dead, each one, there's more people coming on. There's more people interested in working together, people with experience, people that will be dedicated to camera, sound, producing on another level than we have had in the past. Because I was talking to Leland, who's like really helping to produce and I mean, I think he's doing sound now, but he's a good friend of mine. He was a producer in Nashville at this big, I forget the name of the studio.
Well, Leland shot Diddle My Fiddle for Sweetmeats. Like that, we did not shoot that.
Such a sentence.
Yeah. That's a warm up before a show. Leland shot Diddle My Fiddle for Sweetmeats.
But what I wanted to say was, I was talking to Lee. He's one of my best friends, but I was talking to him the other day. He's like, these guys, Nick Hyance and Ricky, they are so great at putting at these ideas and writing and getting people together and promoting and raising money. It's really incredible. We need to get some people who can come and help carry this load, so you all aren't doing everything. And with the more that are coming in that are specialized in shooting and using a camera and shooting a movie, and audio and all that, it just allows the whole thing to be the best that it possibly can be, to really help take this work that Ricky pumps out of his head like crazy to a place that really deserves to be, in a way that it deserves to be told and shown and made.
Now, there's a question, and I've heard it from another director that this week, and you're on Indiegogo, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That Indiegogo got bought out this week, and that a lot of the campaigns are all messed up, or they're shut down, or they're not working the way that they were originally fabricated, or whatever. Are you experiencing any of that, or what's going on? Because it made a lot of people all of a sudden pause what they were going to maybe invest in, because they're not sure what's going on with Indiegogo itself. So can you clear that up for
there's not gonna be any clearing.
Us?
There's not gonna be any clearing up. There's speculation and
Okay.
thought and knowledge on my end of, again, as Timmy said, the wearer of many hats, and the team that we have coming on board with Leland Herzog, who shot Diddle My Fiddle. Again, some criticism of Sweetmeats could say that music video looks better than the rest of the movie. Like, why? Like, wait, is this all a choice? It's just like, sure, it's a choice. It's a choice to have whoever can shoot whatever, like, do it. And if they do it awesome, like, you use it because it's cool.
And
like,
you bring them onto
yeah,
the
yeah. And you'd be like, would you put like, Timmy was just like, after Andrew Thorpe came on board, who is another Chicago alum of Timmy and myself, who we've kind of like,
he's an alum of me and Ricky,
who like, well, I mean, like we've just like,
yes,
like through Petri dish have like just touched and been like, all right, now we're all part of this particle. But it's weird, like, you don't do that with everybody, but there are certain people that you're just like, oh yeah, like you have this special talent or whatever. And so Andrew coming on board for Lieutenant Frank for Casually Cool, he was someone like that. But yeah, as we like continue to connect people, Leland Herzog from Sweetmeats is coming on board. He got tell me the pronunciation. Sliger. I didn't know if it was Sliger or Schleiger.
Yeah.
Matthew Sliger is coming on as one of the camera operators. And Heinz, one of the things that's great about Heinz, and one of the worst things about Heinz, is his self-confidence. He hears about these people coming on board, like Megan Benzing, who's in UC right now, University of Cincinnati for film school, has a short in the festivals. Gage Daly, who is coming on board, who is a film student and just a young filmmaker doing like really cool things. And Heinz is just like, well, why am I the director of photography? It's like, no, like it's great because we're going to now have people to execute the things that we want to do. Like, even though beyond maybe our expertise, we can be like, we want this to look like this. And we're not just going to settle for what we can do. We're going to have talented people to be like, yes, please help us elevate this game. And that's the embarrassment of riches, whether it's Eileen coming on board for All Your Friends Are Dead and being like, oh my gosh, we screwed up. Like, why did we only, like, we killed her off so quick. Like, she was the best thing on screen. Like, why didn't we at the moment just be like, the movie's different now? Like, she's in the movie. Like, could you film more stuff? Like, we'll figure it out. Like, please, just don't go. And like
that wasn't a bummer, by the way. I remember saying, like, she's really good. Oh, well,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well, again, that is Sweetmeats, and then again with having Eric Hunter, to reference him again for Casually Cool. So we came up with Trudy and first. And after we decided the tone, how it was going to be, I was just like, oh man, it's Eileen. And he's like, as a teenager? And I'm just like, well, yeah, Well, because I'm like, yeah, because also like Smallville, like, or also like, what's her nuts from Greece who plays Rizzo, Stockard
Oh yeah.
Channing, is, yeah, she's like 35, like playing
But Eileen
Rizzo.
looks so youthful.
Thank
Well,
So
you,
youthful.
Kyle. Thank
So
you.
multiple
there's a big difference between the two.
multiple reasons of why it works, of how like how you set it up, and the fantasia that you present at the beginning and the world you were buying into. Like it works because Timmy is also playing a teenager, and there isn't a reveal that Timmy is also close to 40.
I mean, everybody is around the same age playing teenagers, but she's the only
100%.
one that's actually found out to be 40.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah, I love that too. And it's never mentioned, I don't think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's never
No.
mentioned. It's just all of a sudden she's 40.
Purposefully.
Yeah.
It's a plot point, right? It's
Yeah.
about overcoming these hurdles and the family that you acquire. Like, oh, who is your real family? Is it going to be the people who are there when you go through the tough times? Or is it going to be the people who are like, yeah, yeah, I'm there for you. And like tough times come, it's like, oh, well, man, that sucks. Like, in turn, like, but like that is the whole coming of age. And the idea is it's such a, it's a weird fine line. And I would leave this to Timmy and Eileen to describe. Like Eric and I have discussed where like it's not Naked Gun, it's maybe Wet Hot. Like I don't know.
It's its own thing. You're going to create your own genre right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
And
I'm being optimistic.
It's a Ricky Glore.
I'm gonna just
Yeah, oh, there you go. It's a Ricky Glore piece. It's a Ricky Glore joint.
My own destiny. I'm saying it's something that Alan Tudyk would love to be a part of.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want him to be the Truancy robot, which is our chopping mall
Yeah.
homage?
Yeah.
That would be amazing if
Yeah.
because we could vocally get him.
Yeah,
Because
here's something.
One of my very small regrets is that Tony Todd was a constant supporter of ours on social media, and to the point of I didn't know that he was ill, that we were looking to have him be possibly the narrator of Sweetmeats. So with the
really?
interstitial chapters of the book being read, we actually found out how much it would cost to have him be on film. At one point, originally for this movie called Roadkill, that I think Timmy is aware of. I don't know if Eileen is. It was a short, but was an idea of what if Smokey and the Bandit was a horror movie, but with black market organ harvesting instead of Coors beer.
So I have to get it. That's
There's a movie that came out called Roadkill that I saw the trailer of. That's kind of like a B movie that I was just like, there's a lot of stuff that's too close to this, and this would be too big of a budget. So, bringing that all in, like what you like using pieces of the Buffalo. We get to Trudy, where we think we have too much of a movie for the budget of things that we can make. Like we're going to film in a high school. All right, we got a high school lockdown. It's Bellevue High School. They're like, all right, if you can shoot in the last 2 weeks of July 2026, you can have carte blanche of the high school. We're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's not a horror movie for the part of the high school, it's a high school movie. Like everything is just positive. Like it's so positive. It is after school special. Like, yeah, like to the point that it's corny, but almost in a Frank Capra way of just like, yeah, wouldn't it be nice if just like this is how things were? Like almost like a Wizard of Oz. And so like Timmy gets to be Richie, who is Eileen's Ducky, but a Ducky that has a more fulfilling story. And I think even Trudy's end is still pretty tragic because I think it's just at the tip of the iceberg. Like there's a lot of sadness of how it ends. But that movie would cost like $40,000, like a full-blown musical and like singers and dancers. So we were like, okay, let's put together a crowdfund and see if we can get that. Gary Kroger, we get from SNL comes on board, and he's just like, yeah, if you could get the money for this, I would be executive producer. I would act in it. I would play your Jim Jones cult leader at the beginning, dual role with your like Mr. Belding principal for the rest of the high school movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be fantastic. Um, but I was like, I really do not like putting all of our eggs in one basket. And so this is like back in July. Eric Hunter and I are just like, okay, what could we do in December between now and December of something that's like more like a $7,000 to $10,000 movie, like our first movie, like All Your Friends Are Dead. And we're like, what if we made something that was done like a television show? And then that's where Casually Cool came from. So that I love Casually Cool. It only comes because we really want to make Truly Trudy. And now we are falling in love with both things of just being like, oh, come on. Like, let us make both of these things. Like, where are you getting either of these kind of things? Like, these are like, come on, cheat, like have a cheat day on a Saturday with a bowl of cereal, like a big bowl of cereal, like when you're a kid, whatever cereal you want to get, like, let's do that. Like, and let's watch these movies that like you're going to watch a mystery or you're going to watch like if you're home on a Sunday, like watching Mannequin on TV and like Starship starts playing and that musical sequence happens and you're just like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, is that a mannequin that came to life? I wonder what the name of this movie is. That's the kind of movies we're making.
Meanwhile, what I heard is, Eileen, we're going to make 2 movies. I was like, oh, okay.
Back to back, right away.
Okay.
Since you all have this improv background, I mean, you've coached improv, you're a stand-up comedian. We got a whole mixture here, and then you're given a script that you're supposed to follow for the most part. And I'm sure that you can deviate here and there. Do any of you find it difficult to stick with the script? Like in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, it seems like every time you do it, you would have a desire to, well, this take, I want to do it a little bit like this, and this take, I want to do it a little bit like that. Is that something you encounter, or are you pretty much, if that's what's on the printed page, that's what we're doing? And
well, it's I'll take this first. With this group, we are so much involved in the different drafts. I guess like by the 3rd, 4th, or 5th draft, we're coming in. I'm talking about like Eileen and myself as actors. And Ricky, he allows us to collaborate and welcomes our ideas. So we're very much a part of helping craft the final script, the final feels, the final moments, apart from having writer's credits, which, Ricky, I'll talk to you about that after this. But,
you both get for Casually Cool. you do.
But it's different. It's not like that with every film I've ever done. Actually, it has been a lot. Where the director really wants your input and the crafting. So when it comes, it's hard for me to stay on script if in the moment something else feels better. And Ricky almost always has been there, or every single time has been there to be like, oh yeah, no, I like that. If he doesn't, he'll be like, well, no, and then explains to me what I might be missing that helps make it feel right. But in a sentence, yes and no.
Well, that sums it
Answer your
up.
question.
I'm saying the only improvised, like full on, so something that we say an alternate take of something that didn't go in that we filmed, which is very little for Sweetmeats, is we filmed 3 alternates of that end wide shot of Jerry and Bobby ending on I Call You Friend out at the dumpster. So we did it as straight up Jerry's gonna blow Bobby like around the dumpster, and then we did. we didn't know, like we weren't sure. So it was one of those.
I
All your
wasn't
friends
there
are
that
dead.
day. Just so we're clear, I was not there. They didn't ask me.
She would have had some input, I'm sure.
I would have.
We did 3 different takes. Like we made
did.
sure.
We
And
had to
then
fit one
so
in.
it was hey, do you still want to get high? And it was just like, oh yeah. Like that's what they're gonna like, no matter what you thought the insinuation of anything was, like it wasn't go play, like it was a little bit of go play music, but like yeah, we're gonna go get high, right? Like we're fucking 30, we're close to 40-year-old men working at this Greek diner that like has no customers, and like the ones they do have are very unruly and very unappreciative,
and they're ordering food you don't even have.
yeah,
The pizza
exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
Love
So
him.
yeah, so the only improvised thing that I really remember being a thing that again came through us running through the scene, and I've said this before, was Timmy during our scene where he put his arm on the ham slicer or the meat slicer while we were rehearsing the scene. I broke character and I was just like, hey, I was like, don't, I was like, yeah, we have insurance, but like, let's not like test fate. Like it just be fucking put like we don't need to be rested on the fucking meat slicer, buddy. Like you just put meat on there. And like I wasn't it's a very fine line too, like being the director, being the actor in the scene, and then like doing that. I wasn't trying to be like you're a child and I'm scolding you. It's just like, God, please don't cut your arm. Please don't,
exactly
like,
what I was
and then we
doing.
got to work it into the movie, and then like then you have to be like Jerry's bandage, and so then we roll film, and Timmy has like Eileen this great eye contact of just being like, we're on this path, right? Eileen has multiple scenes in Sweetmeats where she has a lot of exposition, and she's literally taking Bobby to the next level and has to re-sign the contract, the deal with the devil over and over again. So then in my mind, Bobby has no excuse. But Timmy locks eyes with me in this scene, and we roll film, and he goes to put his arm up on the meat slicer. I'm just like, "Hey, Jerry, don't put your like that's how you cut it last week, buddy." Because I was just like, "Oh, I know what you're like. Yeah, you're not making a mistake. You're not, and you're not acting. You're not in the moment. You're feeding me because you want me to earnestly respond this way because it's great for this character because the scene is set up like, oh, we're gonna have a real heart to heart." And immediately it's undercut by just like, oh, fucking, just don't be
Jerry.
a hazard. Yeah, just
Yeah, come on.
the idea that like Jerry just like walks through that place like barely like lemmings, like getting his head like cut off and stuff, just like, oh shit, like like Eileen, like how many laddie traps like have you been just like slyly like
You're almost set, damn it. I came through musical theater, so I came from very strict, like, get on your mark. We have canned music tonight, so you have to do it this way. And I think that afforded me a wonderful foundation of discipline. Not saying that these gentlemen do not have discipline. But I am saying,
It doesn't seem like it.
I came from theater.
okay,
I did too.
but I also think that also gives us a nice shorthand that we are like, okay, so here's the thing. This is the end that we need to get to, but how we get there can be improvised. And so what we have done a lot is we'll have a discussion before we roll, and it's like, okay, hey, so it can go this way. Do you want it in this tone? Are you looking for this kind of style, or this to get us here? And so we have rehearsed and played in that way before we've rolled, so that it's like, okay, so it could work this way. Is that the tone we want? And I think because we have the theater background, we understand what we're fucking talking about. And we have also that discipline of like, okay, this is the box, this is the perimeter we have
Lock it in, yeah.
but the improv gives us that, oh, my hand is raised.
Like
Yeah.
looking like a high five.
Like everything in my
Everybody
screen
go
just
up.
rotated.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
what
was like,
happened.
oh, my hand is up. Put your
Just
hand down.
ass.
Lower hand.
Whoa.
I know. So,
People keep doing that. I have no idea even how to do that. I
well,
host
sometimes
these...
if you hold your hand up, it automatically does it now.
Really?
Yes, you hold your hand up and it's like, oh, you raised your hand. Yeah, it's weird.
What?
I know. Yeah.
Mine don't do that.
Mine
Like,
don't do
doesn't?
that.
Why is yours special?
Have you updated in a while? Have you
Oh,
updated?
yeah, maybe not. It just needs a woman's touch. We're all too masculine to
It's
be able
my
to
big
do it.
hands, you guys. So
Oh
anyways,
my God. That itself on the outside looking in. It's a woman's touch. Eileen, then under that loudness was just like, it's the size of my man hands. And just like the woman's touch and you just being like, my hands are fucking huge.
Write it down, Ricky. That's your next movie.
Yeah, honestly, but that's where it comes from. I think from a lot of you all. Like Eileen has been like, well, we've been rehearsing scenes. She's just like, this is a real fucking mouthful. She's like, I think we could lose one of these. Like you kind of say the same thing 3 times. Like, is it important for them to be said 3 times? And it's just like, no.
yeah. But I also,
no, and I don't say that in a scalded way.
Yeah.
I say that in an appreciative way of just being like, no, because I want any of this out of any actor. I would hope to any of you of just be like, please say it how. This is a testament to we just did a table read for Casually Cool. And one of the questions is being like, okay, the sense of humor we're going for, again, like there's a fine line and is it working? Is just the rhythm, because I'm only listening. I just saw a little bit of the clips today where I saw facial expressions that made me laugh, but I'm just listening almost to the music and the rhythm of the dialogue. And there was only, I think, one time where I was just like, oh, this is way too this is way too over expository. Like this joke of it being like a long, like exposition thing. Like it's too much. But this is a great feeling of knowing and feeling like, oh, what we're getting ready to go into film, if we already like this blueprint, once we get the actors there and their energy and them working with one another and whatever comes out from there, we're at such a good starting point because everybody is so, I don't know what it is. Like everybody just has like, it seems like the same point of reference, even if there isn't this same thing. It just all feels like, I know we do all have Second City, and maybe that's it. I don't know.
Well, that seems like a pretty, Second City's Second City. I mean, it's
well, and to your question, Kyle, I think that honestly, the improvisation has one made me a better actor because before I was like, oh, fill up my vase, director, tell me what I'm supposed to do. And then improv gave me an opportunity to go, oh, I have an arsenal back here of tons and tons of ideas. So I understand that this is the product, this is the end game, this is the line, but the way I deliver it, I can do it 30 ways. It's not just one. And so I feel like the improvisation is how we get the most unique story authentically, because we're all like, okay, yeah, we know how this reads flat on a piece of paper, but none of us are flat.
Right.
And so that improvisation, I think, really lends itself very nicely to going, okay, well, we could do it this way, but are we all ready to try something weird? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I'm already impressed with, the ability to improv in the first place. My one of my favorite shows of all time is Whose Line Is It Anyway? I've watched every single episode from Drew Carey through, it's still airing right now. So I'm still watching it. I've seen the British ones. I'm always impressed with that. And then recently I just watched the John Candy documentary where they're talking about, SCTV and,
Yeah.
how they all came together. And it does, from a viewer anyway, I think is what makes movies work, because when you see these people and you see John Candy saying, I like me when my wife likes me, that may all be scripted, but you also feel that somewhere along the line, he's got it in his head where else he could go with this and where he is going with it. And he's already he's got a backstory that John Hughes never even thought of. And I think the fact that you guys all have that ability, um, you're able to excel a film that, is, to be honest, like on paper, Sweetmeats may have been a hard sell for
Everything we
a
do.
film.
There's nothing that we're doing that's
yeah.
oh boy, here comes the money.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're gonna do a comedy version, with songs every few minutes. It seems like if you called Paramount on the phone, they would say, "Oh, what a fantastic idea! Gotta go." But the fact that you all are
I love that little sketch of a call Paramount. I gotta go. Oh, whoops, my car's here.
Ricky, let him compliment us.
Yes,
sorry. Yes, my apologies.
Yeah, I'm halfway through a generous compliment.
It's nice.
But no, I just get the feeling that you guys, because of your background, can propel a film that I would think in a lot of hands would not work. I think if you try to play certain things, okay, this is comedy, I'm going to try to be funny. How do I do this and this? The fact that you guys again have this in your head and already thought of all these ideas, and you're walking out here and you take it so seriously, and you're not just, okay, I'm supposed to say this in a funny way. Okay. It works, and you're able to take a movie like Sweetmeats and I'm sure the two that you're working on now, and make something gold.
I think that's the answer, is just we are what we're honing in on. And I think that was Sweetmeats was the thing we learned from All Your Friends Are Dead, was the middle that we filmed first, where it had the majority of Eileen before we killed her, was trying to do a sincere version of like almost paying homage and respects to all the teenagers that died in the Friday the 13th movies that didn't get to go on to have their big chills.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what if they had their own Friday the 13th movie as 40-year-olds? And with that, when we filmed the middle part, like I said, again with Eileen, it was very sincere. And Eileen really fucking sold it in a way that it didn't deserve. Like, and
but I think it does deserve it. I think
she deserves it.
Yeah.
What we deserve is, then when we got the money to make the rest of the movie, we filmed the front and the back at the same time, and that's why I think those two pieces feel more succinct than the middle. But what saves the middle is what Eileen brings to it. Not to say again that other people don't do good things in the movie, because people like their favorite characters of Sweetmeats, they've come to me about All Your Friends Are Dead, or just like, here, these people, like, that's my favorite of the movie. That's awesome. But again, learning from that and being like, okay, where we were best was when we were satirizing the tropes, and we were doing them earnestly. And then I think Sweetmeats,
Eileen earnestly,
yes.
yeah, obviously that's how that's the prayer we make before we all do a scene. We all put our hands in like we're doing a play. It's a little oath, and we cut each other's hands, like we have to bandage up and get iodine and clean them. But so I don't think anybody ever, in my perception, is playing a joke, whether they are playing a joke or they're playing like the music of like the dialogue. and like they're sincerely being like, this is how this person speaks, and maybe from the viewer it's funny, or even the performer understands like the joke that it's going towards. But like I think the reason why Eileen and Timmy and now Andrew like sell it incredibly well is you're not playing the joke. Like
Yeah.
Sweetmeats, it feels just like, it's like, oh, it's funny and it's weird and it's absurd, but it's just like, oh, just like it's like, oh, that's sad, that like that sucks that Laddie is treated that way by her dad. Like,
Yeah.
she has good ideas.
Kyle, thank you so much for that compliment. That's a huge compliment. And I really appreciate your appreciation of improv. I think that's awesome. When it comes to acting, and I think you nailed it. There's a special sauce here with Ricky, myself, Eileen, and now Andrew Thorpe, who's coming on, where there is, just like what Eileen was talking about, there's a discipline of really understanding the story that's being told, understanding your role in the story, knowing that script inside and out, and knowing your goal, taking the work to understand your character, what your character wants. There's all this preparation that goes into it so that when it comes time to shoot, you're able to throw all that away because it's there. The work has been done. Then you can be present with each other, and you can see how it opens you up and gives you this freedom to play off of what the other ones are giving you that, you know, you cannot prepare for because you're preparing with yourself apart from rehearsals or reads. So there is a special sauce with this group when it comes to taking something flat on the page and having the freedom to be just like what you're talking about with John Candy. You know, we know what our we've already made the choices of what our character wants. So there is a freedom to improvise and play off of each other, while still sticking to the story, while still sticking to the script, for the most part.
You and Eileen with the when Eileen's building the castles. Yeah, the castles with the cups. Holy shit, that was so funny because not only are you each playing chess as actors with the cups and like literally building a castle like within this podunk Macbeth. Like there's just so much I fucking loved about it. And Heinz is just like we're gonna do this like every time, like this is what we're doing. I'm just like, yeah, it's clearly what we're doing because like it's really good, like like this. And then the one I think it was only one take where Eileen knocks over everything and Jerry goes, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'll clean that up. And it's just like, oh, Jerry.
So we rehearsed it once.
Yeah.
And you didn't know I was gonna knock them down. And
yeah.
Oh. And then we filmed it, and that's when you were like, oh,
sorry. That's one I forgot about. That is one that like.
But it's like those moments I knew that she hated me, her brother, right? And I knew that I loved Bobby Sweets, and that I just wanted to open a banana. And any little thing that I'm doing, I'm pretty happy about. But I know that this character's sister hates him. And so as this character, I'm just going to do things where I'm happy about the smallest little thing. Someone with so much bitterness and hatred might even boil over in hatred at the fact that this guy is so happy. I don't know, but I'm giving a reason. I'm giving
the duality then between like Eileen being like, when did mom leave?
And
like our other conversations around like
Eileen was giving me was just feeding me to do these little things that a little brother would do, right? And that's where a lot of the magic happens. That's where I'm getting goosebumps a bit, because it's like there's so much love. I sound corny now, but there's so much, there's so much love and respect, and And it's rare to find a chemistry like that. And when you find it, you stick together and you just get better at it and make better things and bigger things. And, before you know it, we're making our own Titanic.
Truly, Trudy is our Titanic.
Well, it also helps that, I mean, because you're both, well, all of you, ad lib and improv. Whereas if it was, one of you is improving and then you've got a straight actor, that might not work because they're like, well, you just deviated from the line. What the hell are you doing?
You're exactly right.
And the other one knows, okay, I know what you're doing. Okay, here's my card. And like, okay, you've got a 10. Well, here's my ace, and you just keep, playing the game.
That's
and,
right.
and yeah, so yeah, you guys gel so well, and we are very much looking forward to seeing what you guys put together for the next two. And there's a street team to help market this, correct? How does that work?
Oh, hell yeah. You mean the Skull Squad?
Because John's already telling me that there's some perks, because I have not been a part of it, and he started telling me the perks, and I'm like, oh crap!
Oh my goodness.
I'm late to the game, so I have to get on board.
Yeah, John, tell us what you know from the perks.
Yeah. Well, so far I know that there was we could view the table reading.
Yeah.
And a link was sent out to watch the recording of it if you weren't able to make it, which I was not able to make it. I also know that there is a special thing that's going on right now where if the campaign can reach its goal of $10,000 by Friday night at midnight, all the members of the street team are going to be in the movie with a picture on a missing poster or most wanted or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And all it is it's to help, it's the street team, help promote the movie, help get word out about it, help get the Indiegogo campaign bamming. What the fuck is that?
It literally is our most
Bamming,
naked.
baby.
It's our most naked gun joke. It's going to be Andrew Thorpe on the Previously On going down a wall of missing people. And it's going to be the people who are on the street team when we reach $10,000 by Friday. But just a small donation. It's going to be missing people, and then it's going to be wanted people, and then it's going to be missing unwanted people, and it's just going to be one person who's just like the biggest asshole. So that's our most like visual, like naked gunny joke that we're like, I don't think we've seen this in anything. And now everyone's gonna be like, yeah, you're ripping that off of Loaded Weapon or something. Maybe. The other thing we're doing with our street team, they are aware of, and if they want, including you gentlemen, I will send you a package of guerrilla marketing you can put around your town and keep for yourself as well. Images like this, posters for Old Widow Weston's catwalking services.
Weston.
And there's a URL that says westoncatwalking.com. You have to see the poster to know where that's going. You have $1 beer poster, which is the beer featured in Casually Cool. If you go to onebuckbeer.com, there's a bunch of them. I will show one more. Burly Billy's white van service. So if you go to burlybilly.com, I cannot believe burlybilly.com was available.
Wow.
So what we're going to do at some point is, because we bought the URLs to see if this guerrilla marketing works, we didn't want to put a QR code out in the wild if anybody feels suspicious of a unknown QR code, where like when Eileen and I were on Channel 12, we had the QR code, but it's on the news. Like you feel a little safer scanning than just out in the wild being like, oh, I don't want to scan that thing and mess up my phone. Eric Hunter and I were like, well, we could buy these URLs, these domain names. Like one of them is coolsclub.bar. We didn't know that there was a .bar.
Yeah,
we didn't know .bar was a thing. Like every bar should be .bar. Like who should be .com? That's insane. So that we bought that. And so on the matchbook that appears in the movie, we have this logo and it's coolsclub.bar. If you go to that, you go to the Indiegogo and you find out more information, blah, blah, blah. All these things, all the URLs, we're just redirecting. So like if you see any of the images that we have out in the wild, and you're like, what's that? And you go check it out. You're either going to go, oh, fuck, it's a movie. Like, ugh. Or whatever. Like, I don't know what your response would be. Or you're going to be like,
someone's going to be pissed because they don't get beer for $1 is what's going to happen.
Well, we may be. Well, so that's another thing that we're working on right now because of our producing team is amazing. Riley Bartolomeo and Amy Hasselbrock are hustling. We may have an agreement with a local brewery to do a $1 beer.
Oh, okay.
That would not be like much more than water, but because it's $1.
So where do people have to go to sign up to be part of the street team?
The nkyfilms@gmail.com. Just email saying I want to be added to the Skull Squad. You will be sent a courtesy package of like an introductory like images, different things to signify that you're part of the team. And then you kind of will get all of the perks up to date. So the table read you can watch if you're part of it, and there are incentives to help spread the word of like put some of this guerrilla marketing around your town. Like we'll send you a package of some of the images, or if you can print them off, put them up. Just try to help us reach our goal because Casually Cool is happening. We are in pre-production right now. What isn't happening is because we aren't anywhere close, but we still have time, is Truly Trudy, which needs to hit $40,000 by at least, I would say, April. We can do enough pre-production and post-production on Casually Cool to fill up that time. But like come April, if we are not at like $35,000, I don't know like what number we would have to be like realistically this is going to be a thing that we can get people to commit their time to.
Yeah, it's an incredible thing for anybody that wants to be on the street team. It's an incredible thing to be a part of, and we're grateful for anybody that will put up one poster or share one Facebook post or even take a picture of themselves on Instagram with one of our posters. Yeah, we're very, very grateful. And Ricky is really good at spreading the word and connecting with people and giving opportunities for people to be a part of something so unique and be a part of our street team.
And what kind of perks do you have currently on the Indiegogo that people can sign up for to help you hit your goal?
All of the producer perks. The one thing I didn't fully answer before about the updates of Indiegogo, I was aware of what they were going to be doing based on the sale. So we did launch our page within the window because there's a window now that they are not allowing new campaigns to go up. I knew if we launched in the old model that during that transition, we would then be part of that blackout window where new campaigns couldn't be up. So that would be the one benefit. I knew that there may be some downsides. I don't think I knew that the website wasn't going to completely work for a handful of days. I don't know that that was anything that anybody was aware of, which sucks a little bit with momentum. That's not to be like, oh, and we lost millions.
Oh, what are the perks? What are the perks?
The perks are you are producer things. You can also pay in installments. If there's a perk that you want where at producer at the higher level perks, you retroactive, like you get back perks.
Kyle, I got you $20. Thank
Sorry,
you. Your name is in the credits. $30, you get a digital soundtrack. $60, you get a limited edition Indiegogo exclusive Blu-ray. That's a Blu-ray in your hand. You can hold it. $120, you get a signed poster plus a digital script. You could print that out, put it on your bookshelf. Now, that's not even, that's the low stuff. That's the low stuff.
But wait, there's more.
$400. Okay, if you cared about art and artists going and doing movies outside of Hollywood, we know Hollywood is a joke now. Hollywood is dying. This is the future. Indie film. You could get $400. You would get an associate producer credit on one of the films and that exclusive Indiegogo Blu-ray. $500 walk-on extra role in Casually Cool. I've already seen a couple people post about the fact that they're going to be having a walk-on extra role. You ever want to be in a movie? Well, here's your chance. It's just going to cost $500. That's amazing. $600. You get a producer credit on one of the films. You ever want to be a producer? You're trying to start a career being a producer? Well, save your beer money for a month. Help us make this. You'll get a producer credit. And you also get that exclusive Indiegogo Blu-ray. We got 2 more big perks. 2 big ones. Get ready, folks. $1,000. You get an executive producer credit on one of the films, an exclusive Indiegogo Blu-ray. It's about the same as the $600 ones, except you're an executive producer.
Wait, no, there's holes in this.
And then finally, $3,000 or more, you get an executive producer credit on both films, plus posters of each film. We'll sign them too. Exclusive Indiegogo Blu-ray of each film and a VIP premiere invite. Front row seats. You're sitting with the cast. And I even think we're going to do a whole chili dinner with a cast and crew at some point. Stay tuned for that. I think anything over $3,000 will all come. We'll make the chili for you. I've got a great recipe for my grandma.
But what's going to be the meat? That's what I'm worried about. What's going to be the meat in this chili?
That is a fair point. You might want us to order from Skyline Chili. If you make it yourself, we'll come show up and we'll eat it with you. Eat it with you. And I think I don't know if I missed any of those perks. I remembered them because they're so amazing.
That sounds. And there's going to be more perks. Once you hit the deadline or the threshold, the 10, is it? $10,000?
As soon as we hit 10,000, you're going to start seeing, because then hitting 40,000 seems more realistic. There are no numbers for this. There's no math. There's no science backing that up. It's just the idea of like, well, if we get past 10,000, like, why not 20,000? Then why not 30,000? Like, come on, we're only $10,000 away. Like, now you're being stingy. Like, I mean, just give us some money.
The more it spreads, the more you find people who've got this money that they want to give, that they're just looking for this to show up, right? And that's why I, in a heartbeat, when Ricky asked, hey, do you want to do this podcast? Because I watched the one you all did before. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you all having us here and giving us this time and this space to talk about what we're doing and this opportunity to get people involved. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing and putting it out. Doing a podcast is not an easy thing. And so, yeah, thank you both, John and Kyle. This is amazing.
Well, thank you. I mean, this was something that we did as a fluke, and it just kept going. And I don't know how many up. We're past 20, so it seems to be going pretty good.
That's incredible. You know that 90 or 85 to 90% of podcasts don't make it to episode 20. So you're already in the top 10%.
Did you know that 92% of statistics are inaccurate?
I was going to say.
Well, especially if they come out of my mouth. But
that's right. But I'll take the compliment regardless.
Did you
know that 92% of directors are ball busters and like to burst your bubble? I was getting all happy there.
Oh,
thanks a lot, Ricky.
It is true.
100% of us have had a good time.
Yeah.
So.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Well, we have kept you way longer than we thought we would. But we had so much fun. That's the thing. We knew we were going to have a good time tonight. We want to thank you guys for coming on our show and doing this with us. This is fantastic. All the different links to the various things that you just talked about we'll put in the description. So whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or wherever it is, go to the description for the video and we will link you to the Indiegogo campaigns. Anything else that we've mentioned that we can find. There you go. See, look at how that works.
Hey,
why can't I get that to work? Maybe
It's so funny how we're all trying it after you do
Yeah.
it.
Come on, let me see. Come on. Why
Only one can do it. Only one.
Eileen, do something else. Yeah.
If you get a heart,
Hey,
I'm gonna be
Eileen,
pissed.
do other stuff. Okay, we're gonna start pimping.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's magic.
Hey, y'all, check this out. I haven't showed you this. This is a brain. This is my brain fart. Do that, Eileen.
I did.
He knew he couldn't compete.
I thought it
That
was a
in his
damn
back
snail.
pocket the whole time.
Well, thank you
You
guys.
just made hearts.
so much for joining us.
Middle name's
John, do you
hard.
have anything to add before we wrap this up?
I just want to know how to make hearts and thumbs up. And
In our next episode, we'll sit with Eileen Earnest and explain the
a
the
tutorial.
tricks on how to use Zoom properly, because the people hosting the damn show don't know how to do it correctly. So
We
look
can't.
look forward to that in future episodes.
It'll be more exciting than the recipe episode we had.
So thanks again for joining us. Tell us again the titles
sorry.
of both movies.
Yeah. I like that we're 2 out of 20 episodes, and one of the 20 episodes is a recipe episode. Like, what are the other 17 episodes of the show?
We
There was no-
almost had a naked episode, but somebody chickened out.
We did. I made a joke about I'll be naked and waiting, and he actually freaking was naked when we started the show. I was like,
I love it.
You all have to you have to give us a piece of that to add to our.
No, we don't. I don't need any of the pieces.
We don't have to watch it. We add it to our
No,
perks.
that's what became the recipe episode.
there we go.
Yeah.
And now we
And
stir
first you
the
start off
chili.
with a pinch of a nipple. That's just a dash of your ball hair.
Yeah,
The movies are
Yes,
Yeah.
Casually Cool in production currently, starring Timmy Hart Barron, Eileen Earnest, Andrew Thorpe, returning vets of Andrew Gordon from Sweetmeats, who played Nick of Nick's Restaurant, Beth Metcalf, new vets of people I know, Jake Rubel and his daughter. Jake is a touring comedian with Jason Mewes right now. Returning Brenda Delianitis, my mother-in-law who played Surly Shirley, is Old Widow Weston. That is her
Western.
I cannot wait
That's
for
gonna be
her to
great.
play that part.
That's gonna be great.
And
And
then
of course, Ricky Glore is going to be in that one as well as Lefty.
I'm gonna
Nice,
be
nice.
I'm gonna be Timmy's Jerry in that movie. I'm gonna be his silent
About
Jerry.
goddamn time, baby.
Well, I mean, look, everybody deserves their fan, right? Like, I'm everybody's fan. Like, I think that's one evident thing of any character I will play in any of these movies. That's why Jerry had to die in Sweetmeats. And that's why Bobby's like, oh, she's like, I get to be with her, and she's gonna make all this come true for me. I don't have to like, it's all about me. Like, it's about her, but like, it's about me.
Yep.
And it's like, all right, yeah. Like, Bobby's not a good guy. Like, yeah, anybody that's
And
like
of course,
Bobby.
there's truly Trudy that's starring
Yes.
Eileen Earnest, the amazing Eileen Earnest. I got a small role in that one where I'm in love with her.
ah.
Yep. And I can't wait for that one. So anybody that can give just it. Oh, the hearts.
I can't do it. I can't get a heart.
Yeah. If you all, whoever's listening to this, if you can give just a little bit, it can go a long way. If you don't have the money to give, please share this around. Share this to that your neighbor. that you haven't talked to much, but maybe they're really into helping to give money to indie films.
Yeah, and you don't talk to them anyway. Like, it's not an imposition to be like, look, we don't talk, so like I'm not burning a bridge here.
Start a friendship.
Yeah, here's some
plant
art.
the seed, give it a couple days, and go.
If you're creating a trust, we're happy to be included in that end of life decision.
That's right. That's right.
God damn it. I wish you'd have said that on the Channel 12 Good Morning show.
Sure
that the local.
The trust is unlocked by Friday.
It's truly Trudy LLC. Just make sure that.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, John. This has been such a treat.
Thank you all
it's
so
amazing.
much. For John Horton, I'm Kyle Pierson, and you've been watching In the Spotlight.